Violent clashes in downtown Portland. Police use force to try to keep protesters under control. Welcome to KOIN 6 News at 6 o'clock. I'm Dan Tilkin. Our reporters Lisa Balick and Jennifer Dowling have been following these protests since they started this morning. We go first right now to Lisa, who's at the waterfront.
Yeah, this is where everything started and is ending up. Take a look behind me right over there. You're seeing both groups. You're having Antifa as well as Patriot Prayer here squaring off with a lot of officers here. Patriot Prayer leader Joey Gibson actually says his rally was a success despite all the social media calls to bring guns, which are not allowed here. I just checked with Portland Police a couple of minutes ago. They say they did not confiscate any guns down here, and they say no gunshots were fired. Now, hundreds of Patriot Prayer supporters of Joey Gibson, who's running for the U.S. Senate in Washington, arrived close to noon on buses and in cars here at Salmon Springs. There was quickly a war of words with counter-protesters, including Antifa groups, lined up across the street. They were on the other side of NATO Parkway. But again, hundreds of police and riot gear are here, and they formed a physical barricade on each side to keep the street open for most of the day. Now, state police and other metro area law officers also join in the show of force. They had been planning weeks ahead to keep the right and left-wing groups separated throughout the day. Now, as soon as violence did start up with rocks and bottles thrown, in fact, a newspaper reporter was hit by flying debris. Police called the protest a civil disturbance. They were on the loudspeakers saying disperse. Patriot Prayer moved back here to Waterfront Park. Most of their members left about an hour ago on the buses that brought them in. They also brought in personal cars and took off. A couple of their leaders, though, are still here. We asked one of them why the Vancouver group chose Portland and still keeps coming to Portland for these rallies.
Send a message to Portland that we're not standing down. We're standing freedom. They can send all their violent leftists to come out and attack us. We're still going to come out.
Why Portland? Why not stay in Vancouver?
What was that?
Why come down to Portland?
Because Portland is where it's happening at. And we're trying to keep it away from Vancouver. If we don't start fixing the problem here in Portland, it's going to grow and it's going to spread over to Vancouver. That's the reason why we're here.
But their next stop, Patriot Prayer says they're going to have their next rally up in Seattle on August 18th. But again, you're looking at a live picture at Waterfront Park, a much, much smaller crowd than the hundreds that were here throughout the day. Many of them have left, but the counter-protesters say, look, we are not leaving until all of the Patriot Prayer people have left. But at this hour, they're still here, along with a big show of law enforcement. Back to you.
All right, we're going on about 8 hours now since people started gathering at the waterfront. Jennifer Dowling has been there the entire time. Jennifer, you were with the Antifa side of this, right?
That's right, Dan. I was embedded with them and marching with them all day today. And I got to tell you, they outnumbered Patriot Prayer by a huge margin. Their numbers look to me to be upwards of 1,000 people in the streets at the peak of this march and rally. Now, Antifa really showed up to protest Patriot Prayer in this particular instance. I was surprised at the numbers. I knew they'd be huge today, but this is by far the biggest rally of the summer protest and counter-protest involving Patriot Prayer and Antifa. And we're walking through here to try to see what's going on, and we've got the two groups have finally come together and are debating the ideology of each group. And we were surprised that police let them come together at this point, but the two groups have diminished quite a bit. As Lisa Balick mentioned, Patriot Prayer has been bussing out of here, and some of the core members are left. Antifa, too, they still have some of their core members left, but a lot of them have dispersed. Police reminding people here that assaultive behavior is prohibited. That was a quote. They were saying that on the megaphone just a few moments ago, trying to get people to keep apart in this area. Now, Antifa had some tense moments this afternoon. We were on Morrison by the Marriott Hotel when they really pushed through that street. They were facing off with Patriot Prayer, and police threw down flashbangs into the crowd, and boy, that was loud in those downtown buildings, like bombs going off in a canyon, and that really got the crowd to disperse. So they splintered and broke up at that point. And then they were able to come back down to the waterfront where we are now and basically waited until police moved their vehicles when the numbers down. And so now they have finally come together. We did hear people being taken custody from the Antifa side after they threw glitter from a bucket or soapy water on some members of the Patriot Prayer. We believe they were taken into custody, but I don't know if there were any arrests. I guess there were some buckets on the ground, and police asked what was in the bucket, and then they opened it up and threw it, and they were taken into custody. But we're not sure on the numbers if there have been any arrests today. This has been a calmer rally than what we saw 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I covered that, so that's a good thing. I'm going to toss it back to you in the studio, Dan, and I'll have a wrap on all this at 11.
Yeah, certainly there was just the tempers were just boiling over today, but as you said, it wasn't as bad as we've seen before. And in addition to Antifa, there were some other left-wing groups there as well today. All right,